Another day without the light, but that's no big deal. We had a good day in energy stocks and we'll probably have that light tomorrow. Finally, after 2 days of a little bit of a pullback, we saw a nice run in energy stocks. And I believe this was an anticipatory day for what's to come, and that being bullish. Let's start with the morning. Very early on in the morning, even in the pre-market, Schlumberger was well above the price of WTI when it was down over 1.5%. Schlumberger was up over 1%. When WTI was closing in, but not still in the green, Schlumberger opened up over 3%. Similarly, Exxon was right around break even in the pre-market as WTI was approaching and almost near down 2%. However, Exxon continued to run as WTI closed that gap. Later, Exxon did end up underperforming, so I'm not trying to say, wow, this is a huge thing. But the market, at least the stock market for now, was anticipating a run and bullishness in the price of crude. However, it's not just the stock market, it's also the price of crude itself. Today, we actually saw a larger gain in the price of the December contract of WTI versus the November contract of WTI. Now, the December contract is still cheaper than the one of November on a full-on numerical price basis. However, the larger gain on the day indicates that there's a bit larger buy-sell dynamic going on for the December contract. This, implies that they expect, as the months to go on, for the price might continue to rise, at least today. We'll see what happens. Just something to think about. And it doesn't seem like there's any sort of reason why that wouldn't be the case. I read the JP Morgan note on energy that came out yesterday, and that is very bullish on energy companies, even with the relatively low prices per barrel. Even if we're below $70 per barrel, they think energy stocks are a good buy. However, they also believe that the price per barrel can go up with little to no resistance, and I actually agree with their case to some extent. There's probably a price at which they can't do anything. We talked about that yesterday. We'll talk about it again in a sec. But, for example, what they cited was in 2014, we saw the price per barrel get up to $100 per barrel. That didn't derail anything. The economy was okay. There wasn't some sort of oil crunch, oil crisis. We don't talk about that. One thing that happened last time oil got to $100 a barrel, though, was that the price per barrel fell relatively quickly. It did not remain at $100 per barrel for very long. However, yesterday, I think we got some indications that scenario is not going to occur. Yesterday was a bit of an oil panic. People saw Putin. Oh, he's going to increase production. Russia's going to take all the money, and we're all going to die. Well, that's a very singular way to look at that scenario and look at this market. We talked about how the economy and the energy sector and everything is very similar to the jungle. It must remain in harmony. If the lion gets too strong, it's going to prosper for some time and eat all the food. However, once the lion eats all the food, there's no more food, and the lion eventually dies. If Putin didn't come in yesterday and assure you up that he could increase production while at the same time saying, shame on you, Europe, for being so woke and dumb and not engaging in long-term energy contracts. At the same time he said that, he said he would prevent Europe from having to pay 60% increases per day, because that was happening. And if you look at European prices, natural gas is 3 times at least more expensive than the United States. So the lions were getting too strong over in Europe, and that could seriously cause a crisis. Yes, if the price per barrel got too high, something would happen. Something would happen. However, it looks like that issue is going to be averted. So instead, what we are left with are lions that are existing in a harmonious jungle. We want a harmonious jungle. We don't want a chaotic jungle. like in 2014, we got to 100 and all of a sudden we crashed. Wait, if we get to 100 now, does that mean we're going to crash? We already see Putin's going to increase production. Well, no, not. Putin doesn't matter, but we're going to address Putin. Putin is selling for more than U.S. prices. He hasn't said what price yet, but it's going to be more. Let's not forget Europe is paying 3 times as much. Why are U.S. producers not going to do what they did in 2014? The reason is their language and what they're saying and what they're doing. They are no longer prioritizing investing in new production. Yeah, they're taking the rig count up 1, 2, 3 very minor amounts of rigs, but their primary investment vehicle right now is returning capital to shareholders via dividends and buybacks. And yes, they are doing investments in renewables, they are, and we like that actually. I like that. That's why I have my Exxon, I don't plan on selling it. But the point is, they're not drill baby drill anymore. There's not going to be a flood of production that drops us down very quickly from $100 a barrel. We're going to get somewhere and stay somewhere. And that is good because these companies are printing money and they're going to keep printing money. And the government's printing money, so there's going to be a whole lot of printing money. And if we own energy stocks, we're going to get the money. So that's the deal for today. You already know how the rest of the portfolio goes down. Heavily weighted in energy, heavily weighted in a few other inflation names like Mosaic. We've got a big, deep Twitter thread on Mosaic. Go to Twitter Advanced Search. Do From Billy LeBou, the Twitter with $MOS as the must-have word. You'll find that thread. We've got Mosaic, similar stocks, and we've also got our tech that is real growth. Not Amazon, not Apple, not Microsoft, not the NASDAQ 100. They are great companies, but they are expensive. They will grow, but they won't experience order of magnitude growth like Elon Musk says. After this, I'm going to go watch the earnings call. And until next time, peace out.